It's me October, back to discuss Doom Patrol yet again. Today I'm going to talk about my personal hopes and desires for the second season, as well as my predictions, which, coming from someone who has never read a Doom Patrol comic, may seem funny to you, so just remember that Doom Patrol is not real and is just for fun. I talked about this on my blog before, but this will be a more in-depth video, so yeah. By the way, my blog is flexmentallo on tumblr.com, so follow me. So first I would like to discuss Crazy Jane, even though I hate calling her that, and Larry Trainor. I think they could have a really good friendship in the show, but we rarely get to see it. If I remember correctly, the most we've ever seen them interact is the following.
There's something I've been wanting to ask you about. I'm curious how you managed to keep all of your people in line.
They're not my people. I don't control them. I respect them and their right to exist. Maybe if you weren't such an OCD alpha douche waffle, the negative spirit wouldn't treat you like one.
Maybe there has been more, I don't know, but I'm rewatching currently, and other than the scene at the end of episode 13 where Larry nearly dies, which I'm not going to show here because I've discussed it in my other videos already, they don't interact much outside of the previously shown scene. I think Jane and Larry would have a good friendship because they are the most traumatized characters in the show, and I think they would realize their similarities if they actually sat down and talked to each other. It is obvious that Jane does care very much about Larry since she starts crying when he says he wants to die for the negative spirit, and in season 2 I would really like to see at least small moments between Larry and Jane that affirm a good platonic relationship between them, hopefully more full-on scenes between them like the previous one shown, but I will take what I can get. Specifically, I would like a scene where they open up to each other about their traumatic pasts. I think that would be very healing for them, and I know this will not happen, but I'm including it anyway because I want it. Next, I really want Larry to have a love interest. I don't really care who it is. I mean, ideally I would like it to be Cliff since I ship them, but I also would be cool with Flex and Larry getting together. I think it'd be cute. I would also not mind a new non-comics character being introduced to be Larry's boyfriend. I am ecstatic as long as Larry is experiencing romantic tenderness with a person that loves him healthily. There are a few reasons why I think this might actually happen. Okay, well, only one reason, that is most likely 100% me overanalyzing the show. But I have nothing else to do besides overanalyze the show due to the fact that I have no social life. Okay, so in the end of, I believe, episode 3, we hear Cheryl, Larry's wife, talking to him after his accident. Larry keeps telling her that he can change, but she knows he can't, and she says, "I hope you recover from this one day, Larry, and when you do, I hope you find the love that you deserve." And what does Larry begin to do from episode 11 onwards? He begins to recover from his past, making peace with his old lover, and beginning to accept who he is. Do you fucking see where I am going with this? Good, I am glad you do. I am really hoping that this will happen because I love Larry and I really want him to be happy. Seriously, it would be better for both the characters in the show and fans of the show if Larry was fucking happy even for 1 minute. Now I would like to take the time to say this. Jeremy fucking Carver, listen up. If you needlessly torture Victor Stone again in season 2, I will eat a ghost pepper and then proceed to bite off your fingers and toes one by one. Seriously, let Vic fucking rest. He didn't deserve any of the things that happened to him in season 1, and the reason for Mr. Nobody singling him out was never actually explained, so what the fuck. Please just let him be okay and safe for once, please, for once. Ahem. Any fucking way. Next, I would like to talk about Flex Mentallo, Man of Muscle Mystery. I love Flex so fucking much, if you could not tell, and he still has so much potential in the show. No, I don't know why he pronounced potential like that. Fuck you, robot man. We still don't know why or how Flex can hear the negative spirit and grid, and I think it'd be dumb as all fuck to leave that unexplored. Also, he has the power to literally bend reality by flexing his muscles, so he's a very convenient character to use to speed up the plot. Also, to be honest, I think he was incredibly horny for the negative spirit, and, selfishly, I would like to see him be horny for the negative spirit once again. Please God, give me this. Next, well, I also think that, if the writers make them forgive the chief easily and quickly, that's absolute cowardice, because Niles literally orchestrated all of their accidents, prohibiting them from living normal lives ever again. And also, well, I fucking hate him for literally every other aspect of his character, and I wish he was dead, but they are probably not going to do that. So, instead I would just like the Doom Patrol to realize how shitty Niles is and be pissed at him for most of the season, if not the whole season. I have a lot of feelings about Niles Caulder and none of them are good feelings. Moving on. What else? Oh yeah, can I please just say that, episode 8, Danny Patrol, opened up my eyes, and now I crave a musical episode. I have ideas about it also. I think that Larry should sing either an incredibly angsty song about hating himself, or a song about finally accepting himself like he did in Danny Patrol. I think Cliff should sing a song about missing his daughter. I think Vic should sing about his cybernetic enhancements. Rita about the life of being a blob woman. TM, Jane and Hammerhead doing a duet. And last but not least, a group number where they all shit on Niles Caulder for being a dick. Yes, I'm still on that. Currently I am in the middle of writing some ideal scene concepts for season 2 that I know will never happen, but I feel a need to include some of them, so here goes. This concept scene somewhere in the 2nd to 3rd episodes follows a scene where the Doom Patrol discuss possible ways to get themselves back to their normal sizes. Larry excuses himself to his room and begins asking the negative spirit for help, or guidance, or anything. Unfortunately, the negative spirit cannot communicate with Larry verbally, so there's confusion, and Larry gets upset. The spirit exits him, for a very small amount of time, to put its hand on Larry's shoulder, then re-enters him so Larry does not die. It is tender. Larry is still upset but calmer now. Like before, they can figure it out. He can figure it out. They can do this. They've saved the world before, multiple times. This is easy, right? How big, how blue, how beautiful by Florence and the Machine begins to play as the scene fades out. If you can't tell, I really love Larry and the negative spirit, both as characters, and as a friendship. Okay, next. So, my idea for this next one is that there's a scene between Jane and Rita. Rita's freaking out over her size, viewing herself as monstrous once again, and Jane is trying to calm her down. In her Janeway trademark sign, which means she's just yelling at Rita to get a grip and stop being so fucking angsty, etc. Jane says that Rita doesn't look horrible, that she actually looks pretty good, but follows that statement with, "If you ever tell anyone I said that, I'm going to shove a meat tenderizer up your ass." I posted about the next one on Tumblr, but I think it's really funny, so it goes in here too. In an effort to get out of their predicament, they call Willoughby Kipling, in the hope that he can figure out a way to get them back to their normal size. Weird Science by Oingo Boingo plays over a montage of Kipling and the Chief working together to figure out a way to restore them. There is no other audio and the montage is comedic as Niles accidentally sets something on fire despite being the size of a Funko Pop. Kipling falls asleep for several hours in varying positions. Also, the Chief and Kipling inaudibly argue for several minutes during the montage, presumably over science vs magic. At the end of the montage, Kipling holds a giant bottle of some weird kind of potion. They drink it. At first it fucks their bodies up majorly, giving them extra limbs, extra eyes, turning them neon colors, etc. But then that all stops and bam, they're normal again. I saved the most emo angsty one for last. Larry, who always felt like he was an abnormal outsider, is now the only normal one, since the rest of them are smaller and he is the only one at normal size, and he finally feels big, metaphorically so, like he's just the same as everyone else. He's working towards good, to help his friends, actually making an effort to do something and get involved for the greater good, and he feels good about himself for once. He thinks he can be a good person. He thinks he is a good person. This is just another stepping stone on the path to Larry accepting himself, and oh my god, do I cry. Anyway, I think that is it for this video. Feel free to rewatch this when the next season is over and laugh at me because I know that's what I'll be doing. Goodbye.